Well, hello YouTube. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, my last video came out in January, when I thought that would be the starting point for my YouTube journey, but that just never happened. So, and it actually been some time since then. So I thought I'm just gonna make this video. This video is just a quick update. I'm not sure if I will actually post it, but I basically just wanted to share what happened this year so far, since my first attempt to start a YouTube channel. Why I didn't choose a career path of an engineer, what's been happening in my life in general, and what is in the plans for the remainder of the year, and what I think I'm gonna do with this YouTube channel. So yeah, let's start in order. Why I didn't choose a career path of an engineer? Well, I basically just didn't want a 9-to-5 life, which is a bit of a trend right now at the moment, but I suppose some people like it. Some people want to be a 9-to-5 worker, like my girlfriend, for example. But for me, when I was doing my internship, I was doing my internship with actually like a very cool company. It was called Medtronic, and they had like some very interesting projects. It would be like very cool to work there. However, like for the first 2 months, I felt pretty excited going to that job, but then after that, it just it became very repetitive. Maybe it's just my perspective of an intern. When you're an intern, your jobs you're getting are probably not that exciting. I just didn't want a 9-to-5. It really felt like I came back to school, like same routine every single day, tasks more or less the same, some interesting jobs but not too many, and I really want to travel, and I already had passion for photography and videography, so I just thought I should try realize that into my life. And actually, funnily enough, during that internship was the first time I ever got paid for doing some camera work. So basically, my manager saw my CV that I'm into photography, and I was just asked if I would be able to take some LinkedIn photos for them. And I was like, say no more. So I just went on Amazon, got some cheapest gear possible, get the cheapest flashlight, get the cheapest stand. I still have everything to this day, and yeah, I've 300 500 setup, and I was able to achieve some nice looking photos. I could show you some over here as well. Yeah, I was like, wow, I can make money with this. It felt pretty awesome. And then after that, I basically decided to look for other ways to make money with my camera. And then that was about the time when I decided to upgrade my camera. I got a better camera. Like, I used to shoot with A6400, amazing camera. I shot my first wedding with it, like stunning. But then I decided to upgrade to something better, something more, just more professional. I wanted a full frame camera. So that's when I got this camera. So this is Sony A7 IV, and this was actually my first lens I got for it as well, which is a Sigma 24-70 from the art lineup, and that was the first version of 24-70 at the time. Right now they have a second version. And yeah, so me and my mate actually in Galway, a couple of times we went like to party, like just normal reggaeton party nightclub, and I saw there was a photographer over there. So after having that idea of like trying to make some money with my camera, I came to the DJ and I was like, hey mate, like I got this camera and I'm interested in learning how to shoot, and I earn a bit of money with that. So he was like, yeah, you can help me out, shoot some gigs for me. And that's what I did. First few I shot for free, and then after that I started shooting them for a bit of money. It wasn't a lot of money. He was only paying me like, I don't know, 50 euro per gig, which is like nothing, compared to now, like compared to what I'm able to earn now. It was still some money, like it was still good. Yeah, so that's basically how it kicked off. I just started shooting nightclubs. Then when I was going back to Dublin, I reached out to a reggaeton party in Dublin. At the time it was called Alboroto, but now it's called Fiebre. It's ran by some Spanish lads from Barcelona, lovely fellas. Yeah, so when I got back to Dublin, I was shooting a bit of that. And then a friend of mine, Michael from Galway, he actually told me that his colleague at work is gonna have a wedding and they're looking for a wedding photographer. So he recommended me because she asked him at first, but he's a photographer on his phone, and he thought he's not, like it wouldn't look professional or whatever if he was just there to take some photos with his phone, So they just hired me to do it. That's before January this year. That's probably like 2-3 years ago, but that's basically just how I started my video career. And yeah, so basically then I learned that I was able to make money money using my camera. And I was like, sick. I suppose I'm just gonna look for more ways of making money with my camera. And then I just feel like that's just my passion, and I'd like to make videos. I like to take photos rather than sit an engineering job 9 to 5. That's just, you know, something interests me more. Especially I now know that I'm able to make some money with it, so it's good. Long story short, this is why I'm deciding not to go with my engineering degree and follow what I love. So the second thing, just an update of what's been happening since I made that first video. So since then, I've finished my thesis. I'm actually going to be graduating. Like, I finished my master's degree, well, integrated master's degree from DCU. It's a biomedical engineering master's. It was quite tough. Every now and then I was thinking like, oh, I don't want to do this. I just don't want to finish it. You know, I kept on getting those thoughts that I just want to leave. I already know what I want to do, but I just pushed through and I managed to finish it. I actually got a decent degree. I got 2.1, which is between 60 and 70% average. I actually did pretty well in my thesis as well, which I was quite surprised. Like, I got 72 or some percent in my thesis, which I was delighted with, especially after the amount of work I put into it. Because to be honest, throughout the whole thing, I was very confused and I didn't think I'm gonna get that, but that happened and I got decent grades. So yeah, I finished my college. I was getting some more clients from May. May actually started, like, that's when my work started picking up. So I was like, guys, I'm not gonna look for an engineering job at all. Like, no way. I'm getting some money doing this. I like doing this. Yeah, I mean, lack of pressure in terms of paying for bills kind of helps. So that's another thing. But anyway, in May, I started to get more jobs. I think in March or April, I met this girl, Aoife, through Instagram. I just knew she was doing some mixer event in Ireland. Very cool events. Like, basically, you know, the way all the interesting stuff usually happens in Dublin. Basically, what she was trying to do is bring some cool events outside of Dublin as well. Here was in Cavan, so I had to drive from Dublin to Cavan to, like, you know, document her events. Then after that, she quite enjoyed my work, so her 9 to 5, like her day job, would be with Oosh, and she brought me to work with Oosh, which was quite insane. Because basically what I was doing, I was shooting at Wellfest for Nisha, Yoga Nisha. Here's her Instagram. I'm also amazing girl. She does yoga for a living, and it's amazing. Like, every time I'm documenting her event, I feel so, I don't know, just feel so happy and at peace, and just, you know, it's just lovely. If you're interested in yoga, would like to try it out, definitely would recommend going to some of Nisha's event. But anyway, so I was at Belfast shooting Yoga Lanisha's event, and during that event, Aoife was like, hey Roman, would you like to go to New York? I was like, New York? So long story short, I went to New York to shoot for Katie Taylor. Well, not for Katie Taylor. I went there with Oosh TV, which is Oosh TV is basically a new media channel in Ireland, and I went to shoot for them. I was there to cover Katie Taylor and Hamza Shiraz fight, which was like insane. What? Katie Taylor, her event was streamed on Netflix. I was brought to New York as well. Everything paid. I was like, free trip to New York. Hell yeah. So that's probably the coolest trip I've ever had in my life. Yeah, no, that was sick. And last week, I actually covered a Misfits event with them as well, which was hosted by KSI. Well, KSI is like basically an organizer of that event. That was another cool event, and we actually had more privileges doing this event just because Oosh was sponsoring it, and Oosh TV, you know, is related to Oosh. So we had a lot of privileges, including we got the chance to interview all the fighters first before the rest of the media. So that's actually very good for Oosh TV. Yeah, no, that was sick. So yeah, that's probably my biggest client now, and I hope they keep on hiring me. That would be amazing. Like, if I keep on having them, they keep giving me work, that'd be amazing. I'll just keep doing super well. So yeah, like, that's what I've been kind of doing. Like, that was my main client. Then I was doing some yoga events, some run clubs, I keep on working on Mafia Matcha. Oh, I also shot for Image. I shot a Hyrox with FlyFit. I also had some work with Arnott. So yeah, no, I suppose my portfolio is really growing, and some cool companies, some cool names are starting to hire me, which is super impressive. I never thought, like, when I was starting this last year with Mafia Matcha, I could never imagine that I'd be where I am right now. And I'm only like, you know, I'm just super excited to see where can I get to next year, and, you know, just going forward. So that's that for what I've been up to, how's the work going, etc. Also, I suppose I'm just gonna put in there that I went to Dolomites, which was an amazing trip, and I just realized that I love mountains more than I like beaches. And it's just, you know, as a summer holiday, I really would love to go to a mountain holiday, and I think next year I'm going to visit Dolomites again. I'll see if I will, but I'll try to visit Dolomites. So yeah, that's kind of a update, roughly what's been happening. etc. So what's my plans for the remainder of the year? I will try to grow my YouTube channel. I'm not sure what I'm actually going to post yet, but I will be figuring that out as I go. I started a running journey this year, and I actually been running fairly consistently, so I might bring that as well, which would be also like, you know, cool to talk about, like just my running journey. I'd probably film more, like I'll try to shoot more behind the scenes of my work, like my camera work, which I think would be interesting for people to know. Like I can post some my camera rig, my editing, editing process, my photo editing process, because I do photography and videography. I would like to document my travel, my life in general, just even for myself, not to get rich or anything. I just finally want to start making something for myself, because this whole time I've been making videos and photos for other people, but never for myself. And I think I really want to start making something of my own, and this is why I would like to start my YouTube channel. What I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year, I have some travels planned out, have some jobs. For September, I'm gonna start working with an Olympian girl, like Irish Olympian. Her name is Nadia Power. We're gonna be working on her brand, so that's gonna be, I'm super excited for that client. It's gonna be very cool. I'm going to Czech Republic for my birthday. It's gonna be a staycation with my girlfriend. It's gonna be very nice. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, to be honest, we got a really nice Airbnb and it's by the lake. So by the lake. So I'm just excited to go swimming there and maybe go mushroom picking in the forest, which I really miss back from my home country. Yeah, it's just gonna be cool. And then the big thing that's gonna happen at the end of the year is I'm gonna go to Philippines at the end of November till start of January next year, which is gonna be amazing. Like 6 weeks in Philippines, and then we're also going to Japan with my girlfriend in like within that 6 weeks. Like that's gonna be, I feel like that's gonna be a holiday of a lifetime. That's gonna be a trip of a lifetime. I'm planning to document it well and make plenty of content there. So yeah, this is a bit of a rant. I hope I didn't bore you too much, and yeah, I'll see you soon.